Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everybody had a wonderful day. Now, this is a very more uplifting and more of a slightly comedic story than the horrible and atrocious one that I had just the last video I posted, which we're gonna try to move on from that, and we're gonna go and tell you that apparently we had a problem with the trans people. In terms of the trans people seem to not want their own place. They want to openly and destroy every single woman in their sports or any of their activities because honestly, they may just be rapists. They may be just people that want to have free money and free sponsorships and stuff like that and eliminate women from their sports because we all know they're the greatest people, right? They really care and want fairness. It's not the reality. We have this here from The Guardian. And we have the Swimming World Cup category for transgender athletes canceled after no entries received. So, we're going to go over this slightly. World Antics plans to debut an open category for transgender athletes at the World Cup in Berlin this week have been canceled after no entries were received. Swimming's governing body, which voted last year to ban transgender women from the elite female category, have promised to stage the pioneering pilot project to promote its unwavering commitment to inclusivity, welcoming swimmers of all sex and gender identities. However, its decision to hold an open category with 50 millimeters and 100 millimeters races across all strokes alongside men's and women's competition has been put on hold. Following the close of registration for the open category competitors at the World Antics Swimming World Cup, Berlin 2023 meet scheduled for 6 through 8 October in World Aquatics and can confirm that no entries have been received for the open category events, it said. So, that's quite interesting. We have World Aquatics' decision to bar transgender women from elite female competitions if they had undergone male puberty came after research showing trans women retain a significant advantage over female swimmers even after reducing their testosterone levels through medication. Well, no, duh. That's kind of obvious. So, what we have seen this so far is that they don't seem to want to be in a category that belongs to them. Here's a video kind of a group from Fox Business explaining the whole ordeal and how this lady is 100% absolutely correct, and then I'm going to respond to that.
For transgender swimmers have been scrapped after no entries were received. It was supposed to take place at the World Cup in Berlin. Former NCAA swimmer Caitlin Wheeler joins me now. Let me see if I've got this right, Caitlin. They have these swim meet. They have a special category for trans athletes, and nobody showed up. I think I've got that right. You tell me what that tells you.
Of course they failed to get entries in for the meet. What man wouldn't want to compete against other men when they compete in the women's sports and dominate? I mean, men have larger heart muscles, they have higher bone density, they have higher testosterone levels, giving them an advantage. Let's look at what happened in Maine. There was a 16-year-old male who was ranked 172nd in the men's and started competing in the women's and is now ranked 4th. This just shows that there is an unfair advantage here. You know, they're not here to make it fair, they're here to dominate.
But I mean, one of the solutions to this problem was that you have a special category where trans athletes compete amongst themselves. That doesn't work, does it?
No, it doesn't. It's not going to be satisfactory. They don't want a third category. That's not going to satisfy what they're looking for. Men want to invade women's sports. They're erasing women and destroying women's sports. Having a third category isn't going to solve anything at all.
What is the solution?
The solution is what we've always been doing, having a men's and women's category. It's about calling out these fantasies and these delusions and not affirming them. We're doing the opposite of standing up for truth. If we're affirming fantasies and not standing up for what's right anymore, we should have men's and women's sports. We've always had them, and we've always had them for a reason ever since Title IX was in place.
So it's men swim against men, women swim against women, and no matter what you say, you identify as you're in that category or that one, and that's it. Yes?
That's it.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's see what happens at the Olympics next year in France.
Yes. So as you can see here, guys, that the great transgender movement, all these people that really care about women, really say that they're not misogynist, they're not all these people. No, they are totally wanting to be fair. Except when there is a competition required for both of them, or for them to compete against themselves, for some unknown reason, they just don't show up. It almost makes it like Leah Thomas, what his main goal was, to actually try to enter the female place, destroy their sports, destroy everything that they have, and, you know, be able to get free money, because he knew that he couldn't compete. It's also hilarious that he was like ranked 400, 500 in the men's area, but for some unknown reason, he ranks first in the women's. It's like they planned this all along. These trans people do not care for women at all. They don't care for anything about fairness at all, and they don't care about what happens to women. They just want to do their due and be horrible. Now, I kind of will push back a bit when she says men in general, because, you know, so that all men just want to ruin sports. I don't think that's the case. We've been telling ladies for a long time now that we didn't want this to happen. However, the correct way would be to trans men, or these, whatever you want to call them, these creatures, these delinquents, are the ones that are going into women's sports and are trying to erase women's sports from them. And due to this report, showing this exactly what's happening here, this shows exactly what their plan was, or exactly what their goal was, why this is an issue. Because now, you transgender people don't have anything to go against now. You don't have anything to defend yourselves. You say you want rights and all this stuff, so we're giving you these rights into where it was only for transgender athletes to compete in, and now you don't even sign up. You don't do anything at all. You completely ignore it. So, what is your reasoning for this? Because these people in Berlin said, welcome, come in all trans people, please compete against each other, etc., please go ahead. And this never happened. You guys did not go and compete against each other. So now, the only other logical conclusion could be is that you only want unfair sports. You only want to compete against women that you can easily win against and get the money. And then you only want to go into women's bathrooms so you can either have a look at all the women that are undressing in there, or for you to assault them in a very bad and horrible way. So, what is it? Because everything that is pertaining here so far is not really on your side. Now, I'm probably going to get some leftists and probably saying, oh, well, you're being like transphobe or whatever. Yeah, because I'm in fear of transphobes. If anything, the women that should have any type of transphobia at all is the women that should be transphobes, because these guys' actions, no matter what they say, no matter what they say, or comes out of their mouth, their actions speaks very, very loud. And this action here, far leftists, trans people, etc., their actions speak super loud. Because you don't have any other defense. You just don't. So, please, put down in the comments down below. Please tell me, and what are the reasons why, when there is a transgender athletes that was a World Cup, allowed for transgender athletes to all compete in, not against women, but against their own people, against their own transgender people, that was only for trans people, tell me why you guys didn't sign up. Please, for the love of God, give me the reason. And then tell me why you want to enter women's sports in general. Or why you want to enter the women's bathrooms. Please tell me the actual reason why. Because now, your actions speak completely different. And shows that you only want to do it for nefarious reasons, and bad reasons, and not good reasons. I'd love to hear your answer. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care.